Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna show you all the steps to do a fall overseed in under 10 minutes. All right guys, so the very first step is we wanna scalp the lawn. That just means we wanna cut the lawn as short as we can. So on my mower, I'm just gonna go down one level at a time until it's short enough. And if you've got a side shoot, I'd highly recommend putting one of those on. It's gonna make your life way easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it down one level, but we want it to be as short as possible to get all of that gross dead material out so that we can move into step 2, which is to scarify and dethatch the lawn. Okay, so I've got it pretty much as low as I want it to get. Now I'm just gonna quickly bag all this up so that we're ready for step 2. Okay, so we've got that bagged up, and just be warned, your grass is gonna look like crap when you scalp it. That's totally normal, totally okay. It's getting all that dead material out, so it's gonna look rough, but that's totally part of this process. Okay, step 2 is the most important step of this entire process, and that's to scarify or dethatch the lawn. And I would highly recommend getting one of these Sunjoe units. These are the Thatcher you can get online. They're super cheap. They're kind of flimsy, like a Fisher Price toy, but they get the job done. And you're gonna be using this once or twice a season. This will more than pay for itself in just a year or two. And it's way better than renting one of these, having to go pick it up, bring it back. You're gonna get your money's worth out of something like this. And let me show you what to do with it. Okay, so these Sunjoe Dethatchers are awesome. You can get the corded version, which I have right here, or they make a battery version. I would just recommend setting the setting down to the lowest setting possible, because that way it can just really get in there and pull out all the dead material. So the idea with this is we want to do one pass going one direction and then a second pass going the other direction. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So these dethatchers usually come with a bag attachment. They're pointless. Don't even put it on there. It just doesn't even work. So just leave it closed. It'll do a great job. It's insane how much material it pulls up. And the crazy thing is I literally did this dethatching process in the spring. I mean, look at how much thatch is in your grass. This is just part of the natural growth process of grass. You gotta get it out. It makes space. It lets it so that air and water can get down to that root system. So dethatching is so important. And with the fall overseed, we're just creating extra space for those new seeds to go into. So I'm gonna finish this up. But yeah, it just always amazes me how much stuff comes up. So yeah guys, you can see how much this is pulling out of the grass. It's just a ton of material. So this is all just sitting in your grass without you even knowing it. But the really nice thing about when you use the Scarifier is it just creates a lot of tilled up space in the dirt. You really can just kind of feel your grass breathe when you do this. So now I'm gonna mow this up or get a rake and rake it all up. We wanna get it out of the grass before we do a second pass. All right, now that we've got that grass all cleaned up, now it's time to go the opposite direction here. So we're gonna go ahead and scarify it again. It's absolutely insane how much more material this pulled out, and it's all dead stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab the mower, suck this all up, and then we're gonna be ready for the next step. All right, now that we have all that grass cleaned up, we're on to the next step, which is to overseed. So let's talk about grass types really quick. Now, when it comes to overseeding, one of my favorite grasses to overseed with is a perennial ryegrass, because you can get a really dark cultivar and it germinates and grows within 7 to 10 days. So you get it really, really fast. Now when it comes to cultivars, I've used Fireball, I've used Hat Trick, but nothing is darker than Dark 30, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So this spring, I killed off my side yard here and grew a pure Dark 30 plot, and look at how dark that grass is. This is my Kentucky Bluegrass Turb Type Tall Fescue. It looks fantastic, but look at how much darker that Dark 30 is. So that is what I'm going to be overseeding my yard with, is Dark 30, because I want to darken the shade of my lawn as much as possible. So the overseed rate with Dark 30 is 5 to 7 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff down. All right, now that we just put that grass seed down, we just want to take a blower, blow any grass seed that we got on the cement back into the lawn. All right, the last step is we want to increase the seed to soil contact. So the easiest way to do that is to use a peat moss spreader and put a top dressing of peat moss on top of the grass. So we're talking about no thicker than about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch max. And the nice thing about this peat moss spreader is it makes that so easy. We're just gonna roll it across the grass one time, and that's gonna push the grass seed down into the grass, and it's gonna put just that light layer of peat moss on it to increase seed to soil contact. You're gonna get a lot more germination if you do that. And I'll have links in the description below for all the stuff we're using today. But these cubes of peat moss, you can get these at a big box store. They're pretty compressed. You don't wanna just slice it open and put it right in here right away. One easy trick is while it's in the bag is just to literally step on it, really break it up when it's inside the bag. And that'll just get all the compression out of the peat moss so that you can put it inside of the spreader really, really easily. So just go crazy on it, really break it up, and you'll thank me later. All right, guys, and now the last step is to water this. It needs water twice, maybe 3 times a day, just for a short stint. We just want to keep it moist so that the grass seed can grow. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna water this 2 to 3 times a day, just in short intervals. Then we're gonna come back in about a week and take a look at it. Hey guys, so it's only been 3 days since we put this grass seed down, and I'm already getting germination on that Dark 30 at day 3. Check this out. So if we look at this bare patch right here, you can see that I've got germination. That Dark 30 is starting to grow, and it's really amazing that it can grow this fast. I mean, it has been pretty warm. We've been in the 90s here, but this just goes to show that you can still grow grass even when it's warm, and that warm temperature is just really helping it to pop really, really fast. With how fast a perennial ryegrass grows, that's one of the biggest reasons why I love doing a fall overseed using that cultivar, because within a week, that grass is going to start growing, it'll start to establish, and then I can start putting fertilizer down without worrying about crowding it out. Now, if I was using a different grass type like Kentucky Bluegrass, for example, it can take up to 30 days for it just to germinate. So you've got to be aware of the grass type that you're using and making sure that you don't fertilize too quickly after putting it down, especially when you're doing an overseed, because your existing grass will crowd it out with some fertilizer. So this is looking really good, but we're going to take a look at this in a couple more days once we've officially hit the week mark. So it's been officially 1 week since we did this fall overseed, and I'm really happy with the results. Let me show you. I had really good germination. The grass really has come in fast. You can see in this bare patch that I did some overseeding. It's just growing in nice and thick, and it's gonna be really, really good here in a couple weeks. And you can see, I mean, we beat it up pretty good a week ago, and it has bounced back really well. I mean, we're getting really good color. It just looks way healthier than it was. So I'm just really happy with the results of this fall overseed, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better as the weeks go on. So there you have it. That's how you do a fall overseed, and if you follow all those steps, it's gonna be successful. And because I chose perennial ryegrass, I'm gonna wait another week before I mow, just so that it has 2 full weeks of germination and growth. And then once I mow, I'm gonna start my fall nitrogen blitz regimen. And if you wanna learn how to do a full nitrogen blitz on your lawn after you've overseeded, then watch this video, and I'll see you over there.